If you're like me, you have been sheltering in place for many weeks now because of the COVID-19 novel coronavirus. You might be rifling through your dresser drawers trying to find loungewear, and you often see t-shirts that you never wear. I have a collection of t-shirts from candidates and causes and alma maters that I don't wear because they're men's cut t-shirts. I decided that it was a good idea to figure out how to change this situation. In order to make use of these beautiful 100% cotton t-shirts, I have come up with 2 designs to restyle them. In another video, I describe a step-by-step process to convert a men's cut t-shirt into an enlarged unisex neckline t-shirt. In this video, we will transform a men's cut t-shirt into a scoop neck t-shirt like this t-shirt from the Rincon Rangers. The first thing you do when you're redesigning a t-shirt is to measure the shirt that you like. In this case, from the bottom of the neckband on the back of the shirt to the bottom of the neckband on the front of the shirt is 6.5 inches. That is the depth of the scoop. Now make that same measurement on the shirt that you want to alter. You'll notice that I am not going as deep as the Rincon Rangers shirt. Mine is going to be 5.5 inches from the bottom of the back neckband to the bottom of the opening on the front. To make the width of the scoop neckline, I centered the 5-inch mark on this ruler above the little dot that I made on the front of the shirt. I then made a dot at 10 inches and at 0 inches on the shoulders. This will give us the outline of the scoop. Cut the neckband off completely, and then using the dots on the shoulder and the dot in the front of the shirt, carefully cut a curve. To get it even on both sides, I folded the front in half and evened it out, and then in the back I did the same thing. I did a much smaller curve, but I folded just the back in half and made both sides the same. One thing you'll find when you start altering t-shirts is that they're often too long, in addition to having collars that are too tight. So the trick to this particular shirt is that we're going to cut off the bottom and use the finished band on the bottom to remake the neckline on the top. This will give us a very nice finished scooped edge. Depending how long the t-shirt is, you may cut off 2 to 4 inches from the bottom. You want to get rid of the excess, so you want to keep the finished bottom edge of the t-shirt plus 1/4 to 1/2 inch of excess fabric. This excess will be folded around the new neck hole, and you have to top stitch it. You want to give yourself enough excess fabric so you won't have problems when you attach it to the neck hole. You can see in this photo how the excess fabric is folded to the inside of the t-shirt, and what you're seeing on top of the t-shirt is the finished edge of the old bottom of the t-shirt. So you are going to have right sides of both the band and the t-shirt up, and the little salvage from the bottom of the t-shirt gets folded under. You can see a tiny stitching edge from the old bottom of the shirt. When you start sewing, you're going to do a top stitch on top of the seam that you see here. Once you have it all pinned, as I said earlier, you will follow that stitching from the old bottom of the shirt around the collar. After you do that, you'll go around again closer to the outside of the collar band. So this makes a nice double seam look to the neckline. Here is the finished neckline with the double top stitching on the former bottom of the t-shirt, now repurposed as a neckband. To finish off the bottom of the t-shirt, make a 1/2 inch casing and use a zigzag stitch on the stretch stitch setting. Often I also shorten the sleeves at the same time using the same method with a 1/2 inch casing and a zigzag stitch. Here's the restyled shirt with a scoop neckline. You'll find that different fabrics react differently to this design. This particular shirt and the light gray Sierra Club t-shirt you'll see in a few minutes are very soft, fine fabric. They're a little bit more difficult to work with because they kind of tend to curl up when you're changing the length of the shirt. If you're new to sewing jersey like I was, I would suggest using a stiffer t-shirt for your first try at this. The stiffer cotton lays flatter and it's easier to work with. These fine fabrics like this blue shirt and the light gray shirt are very, very comfortable, and once you get the hang of the design and the stretch stitching, they really drape nicely with this neckline. Here is a comparison of our restyled scoop neckline shirt with the original scoop neckline shirt. Now you'll remember that I purposefully made my shirt a little bit less of a scoop than the Rincon Rangers shirt. I really like the way it turned out, and it's very comfortable with the soft cotton fabric. Here is a comparison of the scoop neckline restyled shirt to an original men's cut shirt. This particular blue shirt was a unisex cut, but it had a very small neckline, and I think it looks much nicer with a scoop. Here is the comparison of the National Writers Union t-shirt. The original was a men's large, and you can see how big it is on me. The sleeves go almost all the way down to my elbows. I restyled this into a scoop neck also. Lastly, here's a Sierra Club t-shirt that I made into a scoop neck. Sometimes when you have large designs like this one and the National Writers Union one, the design gets in the way of the scoop neck. In this case, I sacrificed the top of the design in order to get the neckline where I wanted it. Happy sewing and be well.